I told her I'm not doing the executive session. I explained about that.
Good evening. I would like to call the August 10th, 2023 regular meeting of the City of Moraine Council to order at 6 o'clock. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen?
Here,
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Doherty?
Here.
Ms. Marcus?
Here.
Mr. Burchett?
Here.
Mrs. Witt?
Here.
Mayor Murphy?
Here, if everyone would please stand and join me in the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council has copies of the July 27, 2023 regular meeting minutes. Does anyone have any changes or corrections? Hearing none, the minutes are approved as submitted. We have no special presentations. We'll go to reports. Finance Committee, anything to report?
no report, thank you.
Finance Director, anything to report?
I have no report. My July monthly report will be at the next regular city council meeting, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Committee of the Whole, anything to report?
All I have is that our last meeting was on July 27th, and there is a committee of the whole meeting following this meeting tonight. Thank you.
City Manager, anything to report?
Thank you, Mayor. I have nothing beyond the written report unless there are any questions.
Law Director, anything to report?
No report, thank you.
Now we will go into business.
Ordinance 2145-23, an ordinance certifying unpaid charges for grass mowing and weed cutting to the Montgomery County Auditor for collections with real estate taxes in the amount of $1,194.57.
This ordinance certifies unpaid charges for grass mowing and weed cutting on certain properties and forwards them to the Montgomery County Auditor to allow for collections with real estate taxes. This is a first reading. Second reading and final adoption will be at the August 24th regular council meeting.
Resolution 7965-23, a resolution approving continued membership in the National League of Cities.
This resolution approves the city's membership in the National League of Cities. This is a budgeted item.
You've heard the motion, and are there any questions or comments?
Did you make the motion?
Did everyone
Oh.
read?
Motion to approve.
Okay. I was just going to ask if all of you read Mike's response to the National League of City, what they do. Okay. As long as you know.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Marcus?
No.
Mrs. Allen?
No,
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
No.
Mr. Burchett?
No.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 7966-23, a resolution authorizing the Ohio Department of Transportation to undertake resurfacing of specified roadway within the city of Moraine and known as the MOT SR4 02.45 resurfacing project, PID number 109724.
This resolution allows the Ohio Department of Transportation to begin the resurfacing project of the MOT State Route 4 defined roadway within the city of Moraine. Motion to adopt.
You've heard the motion. Are there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Miller?
Yes?
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
yes,
Mayor Murphy?
Yes. We have no persons appearing before council. Okay, we'll go into departments. Fire Department, anything to report?
Nothing to report, Mayor, thank you.
Police Department, anything to report?
Just want to thank those that could come out to National Night Out. We really appreciate the support. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Building and Maintenance Department, anything to report?
No, ma'am, thank you.
Street Department, anything to report?
Nothing to report, thank you.
Parks and Rec Director.
Nothing to report. Thank you.
Community Development Director.
Nothing to report tonight, thank you.
City Manager, anything further to report?
I have nothing further. Thank you.
Law Director, anything further?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Finance Director, anything further?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Clerk of Council, anything further?
I have nothing, thank you, Mayor.
Mrs. Allen, anything to report?
Oh, yes. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out for the night out. That was the best ever. Everyone seemed to enjoy it very much. And I guess that's it.
Ms. Marcus?
Well-
I'll go right ahead.
Well, Mr. Miller's going to mention this also, but since she was a good friend of mine, Sue Webster, who a longtime employee of the city, passed away, and I'd like to send my condolences out to her family.
Ms. Marcus?
All I have is that I'd like to thank the two residents that are attending our meeting tonight. That's all, thank you.
Ms. Witt, anything to report?
Yes, I would like to also commend the police department and the fire department for National Night Out. It was fantastic. I think it was our best yet. And I'd also like to thank the police and fire departments for always supporting local church events and local events. They're always there when invited. So I would like to thank them for that. And I didn't realize Don's brother had passed away because I've been out of town, but condolences to you and your family.
Yes.
And that's all.
Mr. Miller, anything to report?
Yeah, also echo, great job of the fire and police divisions for National Night Out and all the departments, because everyone pitched in to make that a really great event. It was fun, and seems like the activities grow and grow and grow every year, so great job. And also, yeah, condolences to Sue Webster's family. Sue was a part-time worker, but she headed up the Marine Kinder Prep program and worked for me all during the 80s, during the 90s, and eventually it became a certified Kinder Prep program. But she was the one that started off the program way back when and did a great job. The kids loved her through the years, and we're gonna miss her. I think she was 94, I think, or.
Mr. Dr. D?
Same here. I don't know how you're gonna top it, Chief. It gets bigger and better every year, so it was awesome, and I can't wait for next year to see what you do then. It was really good. The attendance is great. People understand that it's a good time, so we're surely going the right direction. Thank you for what you do. And also my condolences to Sue Webster's family. Sue worked with the city for the longest time, and a really good person. That's all I have.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes, I'd like to thank police, fire, Parks and Rec, Street Department, and all the other volunteers. It was really nice, National Night Out. It was really, really good. Thanks for all the work it took to do that.
Yes, the only thing I have to say about National Night Out, whoever thought of spreading it out, that was a great idea. I thought it was a lot nicer. People could gather in groups and talk, whereas before they gathered, and then you couldn't get around them, and I really like that idea of it being spread out. Kudos to whoever, it was a great time. Dawn, your condolences on your brother and prayers for your family still. And then Sue Webster, I knew Sue Webster back in 80s and 90s, and he will be missed, and sympathies to her family. I would also like to thank the Miami Valley Communications Council for broadcasting this meeting live as well as future rebroadcast. The regular council meeting is adjourned at 6:09.